we're making it to mount, right? A little extra game for once we get to 3/4 mount. Sometimes I can get my good thumb in grip, but the guy's super tough and I'm having trouble getting the actual finishing pressure, so I don't get that bridging reaction. I can come up and use my other foot. I can use my other foot to help me free the foot that's trapped. Okay? So that's just one. Like if you're not getting a strong bridging reaction, you may be able to just finish them right there with your choke. It may require a little bit more cinching or adjustment. In that time, you can pummel your foot inside to free the leg that's trapped. Maybe it's helpful to know. But now, we'll say we've gotten the mount, right? Had the thumb in, and we need to stay on our elbow, okay? Our main idea from mount is that I don't want my head over Josh's head. If my head is over his head and my hips are above his hips, if he bridges me, it's going to move me a lot. Oh, yeah, I may get bucked off mount, right? So, whenever I come off to the side and keep my head away from his head, keep my elbow on the mat so that I have a low center of gravity, whenever he bridges, it may still move me a bit, go ahead, but not as much. See how I have this strong base? And since I'm on my elbow, I can use the 4 fingers. Let me get a little slack. Yeah, there we go. I can use my 4 fingers in the collar to cinch this like a rope, okay? So I'm pulling as tight as I can against Josh's neck. See how my hand is almost behind, like I have 2 knuckles behind Josh's neck? Now I can start to put weight on top of this choking hand, and it should already be strangling Josh a little bit. I can put this down and maybe start to work for my short choke. It's another good option from our 3/4 mount or our mount. But I can use this weight. This is my new post, so now I can bring my head still over, not above Josh's head, and use the point of my elbow to move his chin until I can find a grip on the fabric, and then I'll ease up a little bit. I can put my head down and then come to center is where I'll get the finish, okay? Most of the time, especially if you're drilling, they'll tap before you can get your head centered back up, but you may need that whenever you're really trying to choke a resisting opponent. So I cinch, I put weight on the grip, I come up over, elbow in, head down to the center, I get my finish from the mount. That's our X choke if he's already flat, right? If he's starting to get to his side, then I need to be ready. Yeah, go ahead. He starts to get to his side. I need to be ready to cross face and flatten him back out, okay? It's one of the ways that I can start to flatten him and cook my partner. Now I can go thumb back in, circle back around the head, okay? If he starts to bridge, I can also switch the other side thumb in and use my elbow/wrist against his face to break him back to flat. And now I can put my elbow down and start to cinch from here. So a couple different ways for us to keep our opponent flat. We don't really want to try to X choke if Josh has gotten successfully to his side. If I'm going for my X choke and Josh successfully gets to his side, I need to be ready even before he gets all the way up to reflatten, okay? If he gets to his side and I don't reflatten, he's going to force me into a technical mount situation. And I don't want to give up technical mount so easily. I don't want to give up my mount so easily and be forced to transition, because then he's leading the dance, okay? I want to be leading the dance at all times if possible, right? I want to be a good dance partner. Yeah. So I want to always be keeping Josh flat. And worst case scenario, I could let him transition to a technical mount that's good for me, and that'd be where he brings the arm over, yeah, and I get behind his elbow. This is an okay technical mount to go to, still not my first option, okay? My first option will always be to be ready to flatten him back, either with my cross face or my thumb in, okay? So some really important things for you guys to be thinking about when you make it to the mount. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, you guys want to give try.